we just didn't have enough time or availability this week to do an NFL segment. Radio Griff is in parts unknown. I don't even know if he's still alive, y'all. So if you know him, check in on him. But I did have a wonderful conversation with a radio consultant, a very famous one in the Atlanta metro area. His name is Clive Cliverson. And he gave me some pointers on how to really expand the footprint of the show here in the year of our Lord 2026. So we are going to make some shifts and changes, guys, in the near future that I think you guys are going to love. So, again, if you see Radio Griff, let him know that we're looking for him. We hope he's okay and all that good stuff. All right, now that all that sweet sentimental gush is out of the way, let's get to it, baby. Week 18, and here is our schedule. I'm going to level with y'all. I'm always up front, and I'll tell you when I'm wrong, okay? Not only was I wrong about who President Trump was going to be in the second term, but I was also wrong about this Panthers Buccaneers outcome. I totally thought the Panthers were going to steal that one on the road, but they didn't. Bryce Young came up really small. He had his opportunities to do some things. And at the end of the day, man, you cannot let Baker hang in there for as long as you did. And at one point in the game, I think Carolina had outgained the Buccaneers by close to 100 yards, and this is in the first half. But you just kind of felt like you're either going to put it away, Carolina, or you're going to let Tampa stay in the game at home and come back and beat you, and that's exactly what happened. So cheers to Tampa Bay. It's all but sealed for them. Of course, they need some help from the New Orleans Saints by beating Atlanta. That's the only way Tampa can get in. Now, if Atlanta beats New Orleans, then Carolina gets in as the winner of the NFC South. This game was just an easy call, guys. Come on. Seattle is clearly the class of the NFC West, and they showed it. The 49ers are a hapless organization at times, and that's what we saw. Purdy couldn't even get it in the end zone. They just looked awful on offense. They couldn't put anything together, and the Seahawks should have won by 6 more points. The kicker had 2 missed field goals. So it should be 19-3. So there you go. That was our earlier in week action. And now we are here Sunday. Here are the games. They're coming on in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. We got to hurry this thing up. Again, we just talked about the Saints and Falcons. I'm going to take the Falcons at home here. They're playing for Raheem Morris. They are not going to go out with a loss. And I think this also kind of just shows that he hasn't lost the locker room. They're still playing hard for him. I'll take the Falcons at home. Browns, Bengals. I like the Bengals at home. Joey B still got something to prove. He said he'd be shocked if he wasn't in Cincinnati next year. I don't know if he actually believes that, but it's interesting. It's fodder, and it should be good enough to keep the team playing hard in Cincy. I'll take the Bengals at home. Colts, Texans. Oh, how they fell, the Indianapolis Colts in the AFC South. But the Texans are red hot, red hot. I think they've won like 100 games in a row. I will take the Texans at home. Titans, Jags. Jags are just white hot right now. On fire. Them and the Texans are both red hot, white hot, however you want to put it. White hot's hotter. So both qualify for that burn status there. 12-4. Look at this division. This looks like the NFC West here, where you have multiple teams sitting above 10, 11 wins. But I will take the Jags at home to continue rolling. Packers, Vikings. This is actually a more interesting game than I thought it would be. I think, believe it or not, the Vikings win this one at home. And this is going to be a perfect way to add a little more confusion to the dynamic in Minnesota during the offseason. Cowboys, Giants, who cares? I'll take the Cowboys. They score a lot of points, but Dak Prescott gets the medal for irrelevant stats during the regular season, as he usually does. Jets, Bills. Bills, whoo! Almost won against Philly. Just a little bit too much of defensive pressure by the Eagles made the difference to that one. I love the Bills at home here. They need this win. Things are all but sealed in the AFC. So Bills need this win. I will take them at home there. Lions, Bears. Interesting matchup. Game of the week here in Atlanta. It's going to be on TV. I think that the Lions find a way to win this game. Dan Campbell scored 50-plus points in their first meeting in October, and he's the kind of coach that even though you're eliminated, he'll find a way to make his players fight hard for him. I'll take Detroit on the road. Chargers Broncos. This is going to be a dandy of an affair. I love the Broncos at home here. I think they prove that they're the class of the AFC in this showdown. Cardinals Rams. You see George Kittle simping for the Cardinals to win so they don't have to play in Philly. This just goes to show you that the Niners are soft. SAWFT, soft. And we're going to see it again as the playoffs start. But as far as this game goes, I love the Rams at home here. McVay's playing all his starters. This is for the marbles, for seeding. You know, you got to play him, so he's going to do that, and the Rams are going to win big at home. Chiefs, Raiders. I mean, the Chiefs are that bad without Mahomes. I like the Raiders here. I think they go out with a bang here in Vegas, baby. Yeah. Dolphins, Pats. Patriots clearly winning this game. No doubt about it. By the way, look at the side by side. 2015 Cam Newton versus this year's Drake May. Pretty similar stats with the exception of the running touchdowns. But let's be honest, Drake May is not a running quarterback. He just finds ways to gain yards on the ground without designed plays, which makes him even more valuable, right? Wouldn't you say? I like the Patriots, as I said there. Commies Eagles. Must win for Philadelphia. We finally get to see it. It's Tanner time, baby, and all the backups. I think the Eagles still win. They roll at home. I think Tanner scores 4 touchdowns, dude. He's the kind of guy that shows off his trade potential possibly for Philly. I hate the idea of it, but listen, it's a business and how he's known for making deals, but it's also a great quarterback to have in case things go down, i.e. Jalen Hurts in the postseason. I'll take the Birds at home. Sunday night football, because there's no Monday night game, of course, the last week of the year. Ravens Steelers, the AFC North showdown. I think the Ravens edge this one out and win on the road and put even more doubt into the mind of Steelers fans as to what happens with Mike Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers in this offseason. In under 7 minutes, there you go, my friends. Have a great day. We love you here in Wenz World, and we couldn't do it without you. God, I sound like a used car salesman. Have a great day, guys. Later.